Good morning, guys. Welcome back. It is Tuesday, the 19th of February, and I must say I had a fantastic week of my keto experience, and it is all due to what is called intermittent fasting. And a friend of mine suggested that I give this a try, just to try to speed up and change some of the weight loss experience I've had. So I had a really great first few weeks, and then all of a sudden in week 4, at the end of week 4, I had added on 1 pound. I hadn't done anything really different, so I hadn't changed anything. I did, as I was going through, I did decide that I needed to update my diet a little bit and change not necessarily what I was eating, but change the time of days in which I was eating it. So I found that I was eating the heavier meats in the evening and the lighter meals in the middle of the day, and that obviously doesn't sound right to me now that I say it out loud. So I made that change. But basically, I added intermittent fasting to my diet starting last Tuesday, and I've seen lots of variations of how this works, and lots of variations on the timelines in which you're supposed to do it. I've seen anything from, you should do it maybe 2 on, where you eat regularly for 2 days and then 1 day of fasting, or you do a 1-2 where you have 1 day of regular eating, 2 days of fasting. I've seen people do it for 3 or 4 days, and people saying just do it once a week, and other people doing it maybe once a month. So what I decided is because I have such a hefty goal and a long way to get there, I decided I was going to try to take advantage of seeing what I could do, what I could put my body through, and what I could feel good about at the same time. And so I sat down and decided for me that I was going to try to do the fasting during the week. So starting basically Sunday night, fast until Friday night, and not all the way through. So I was going to do the intermittent fasting, but I was going to do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then go through my normal keto experience on Saturday and Sunday. For lots of reasons, one of which is during the week, I don't really have to, cook for multiple people necessarily all the time. Where on the weekend, I've got the kids and everyone eats something different, and so it's a little easier to make a bigger meal and kind of eat when they eat and that kind of thing. So I don't know if that made any sense. So with that said, I also looked at the different variations of intermittent fasting, and what I found to be the most common information was that you start with a large fasting window, and the recommended time frame was start at like 10 o'clock at night, and so eat your last meal before 10 o'clock at night, finish up at 9:59, and start your fast window at 10 o'clock, and then fast for 16 hours. Which would put you until 2 p.m. And then at 2 p.m. you can eat from 2 p.m. up until 10 o'clock. So basically 16 hours off, 8 hours on. 16 hours of not eating, 8 hours of eating, and staying still within your keto diet. What I then found was that you can make some changes and increase your experience by then going 18 and 6. So 18 hours no eating, 6 hours on, and then change that up even more. If you could really get to a point where you're needing to make some really hefty changes to your diet, go 20 hours of not eating and then 4 hours of eating. And so what I decided was, because I have to be different than everybody else, I was going to make up my own variation. And so I decided I'm going to go 17 hours of no eating, 7 hours on. But I'm also changing the time frame in which I do that. So I am going to not eat from 7 o'clock at night. In fact, I set an alarm on my phone at 6:55 that says stop eating. So at 7 p.m. I have to be finished with my last morsel, and from 7 until noon the following day, I don't eat anything. I just water, coffee, tea, that kind of stuff. Nothing with calories, nothing with carbs. And then between 12 and 7 is kind of my open window for eating. I try to stay within the same calories that I would if I was eating just any other day. At the same point, I still stay within the keto diet though. So I still do high fats, protein, lots of water, lots of liquids, and very, very few carbs. So at the end of my first week of fasting, now mind you, at the end of week 4, I gained 1 pound. I didn't change much of anything during that week, but obviously gradually it went from 15 pounds, and then less, and then gained a pound. So I assume my body is just adapting to it. And so in my first week, so I ended week 5, which was the week that I did the intermittent fasting, and I lost 7.4 pounds in the last 7 days. So that's exciting news. I'm really happy to hear that. I've had a lot of support through this. I've got people helping me with recipes and baking. I've got my kids involved, which are all also doing very well. It's so far it's been a really positive experience. So I hope everyone else is kind of getting the same vibe from this. I've got my brother and his lovely wife are going to be starting this, I believe, in March, and I'm sure they will be extremely successful. He seems to rock just about anything he does, so I'm pretty sure he's going to do fine. Maybe he and I can even add some type of competitive balance to this, just to make it a little more fun. But at the same point, I am at the end of my 5th week, and I am 32.4 pounds down. So that is very positive. Hope everyone's having a great week. I will definitely follow up with another video by next Tuesday at the end of week 6. If nothing else comes up before then, and then if it does, I'll be talking to you sooner. Everyone have a great day. We'll talk soon.